so they won't be missing out on too much. Before we begin, just to set the evening, we're going to watch a little clip, just to remind us why we're here. On behalf of our youth ministry team, I warmly welcome you all here to St. Clair's for our JP2 Parish celebrations for our recipients from 2022 to 2023. Thank you to all the parents for supporting your child in their commitments. We know life is so busy, and we are very grateful that you have encouraged their decision to make some room for their parish amid everything else that they're involved in. Thank you to Father Tommy Dillon from the parishes of Asca, Bennecarry and Ryland, for also being here to support the young people who did ministry in one or more of those churches, as well as here. A special mention at this stage to Sean and Marie from Bennecarry. We hope tonight is a special evening for you both as well. You're most welcome. And to the whole parish community who have joined us from Asca, Bennecarry and Ryland. A welcome to the Poor Clares who are with us this evening as well. You may not see them, but you hopefully feel their presence as they join in prayer with us this evening. A warm welcome also to our school representatives who have joined us to celebrate the achievements of our young people who we proudly share through our connection from the parish. We know they have done fantastic work in their schools also, and we thank each of our local schools for supporting their efforts. And of course, you, our JP2 recipients. Before midterm, many of you received your medal from Bishop Dennis at your diocesan ceremony, where he commended you for your achievements this past year. Now, it is our chance to acknowledge your commitment to our parish and wider community over the past year and beyond. This evening is all about you, your commitment, your involvement, your ministry, your faith. May this evening bring you on a reflective journey back through your youth ministry experience in your parish. And so I invite Father Tommy to come forward, and he's going to lead us in our opening prayer. So I invite you all to stand.
So I think we're all joining in this prayer now together. St. John Paul, from the window of heaven, grant us your blessing. Bless the church that you loved, served and guided, courageously leading us along the path of the world in order to bring Jesus to everyone and everyone to Jesus. Bless all young people who are your great passion. Help them dream, help them look up to the heavens and find the light that illuminates the paths of life here on earth. St. John Paul, may you bless and protect each and every family and every life that blossoms from the family. St. John Paul, from heaven's window, where we see you beside Mary, send God's blessing down upon us all. Amen.
In Ireland, over 36,000 young people have achieved their Pope John Paul II award to date. This award is in memory of Pope St. John Paul II, but in honour of young people. The award aims to encourage and enable young people to play an active role in their parish and local community. Through the award, young people are encouraged to support and volunteer with the local charities and projects in the local community, as well as getting involved in different parish ministries. Here are just some of the activities. Oh, sorry, you can sit down. As I was saying, here are just some of the activities that our young people have been involved in.
Stewarding before, during and after Masses.
Reading scripture or intercessions at Mass.
Volunteers at the blessing of pets.
Singing and playing music in our youth choir.
Leaders in our children's choir.
Playing the organ for the choir at weekend Masses.
Operating the slides for Mass in St. Clair's.
Operating Facebook Live in Collection Church.
Attending the midterm break retreat.
Helping with the November Remembrance Masses.
Helping with our Christmas preparations.
Dressing up as an elf at our Christmas Masses.
Helping with our carol service.
Sunday school leaders and handing out the children's bulletin each week.
Making St. Bridget's crosses for parishioners.
You took part in our Catholic Schools Week celebrations.
You travelled on the JP2 pilgrimage to Knock.
You trained to be ministers of Holy Communion.
You helped with our Holy Week ceremonies. and dawn mass.
You steward at our parish novena and look after our speaker each week.
Organising our choir folders.
Carrying forward the offertory.
Making exam prayer cards and looking for the exam space. Looking after the exam space.
And finally, always being on hand to respond to a WhatsApp request for help in the centre, helping Isabel with whatever new idea she came up each week.
We challenge our young people to go beyond their comfort zone on a journey of self-discovery. We challenge them to give of their time, their talents, and their social skills for the one being of others in the hope that it will deepen their faith. The message and vision of Pope John Paul II inspired people of all ages throughout his lifetime and his legacy, and now lives on in this award. Each year, JP2's participants grow in confidence and gain new experiences while living out the gospel message of service. It is important to remind ourselves of the person to whom this award attributed, Karol Wojciech, or as we now know him, St. John Paul II. This award is in memory of him, but in honor of our young people and all the goodness they have to offer the world. Let's learn or remind ourselves of a little about the person behind the title JP2.
Pope Francis has recently proclaimed Karol Wojtyła, better known as Pope John Paul II, a saint. This is one of the quickest elevations to sainthood in centuries. But what did he do? What was it that made John Paul II a saint? Maybe because he was a man who had suffered a lot, but never gave up hope. Karol's family died when he was young. He lost his mother before he was 10. When he was 12, his brother died. And finally at 21, he lost his father too. His homeland was attacked by the Nazis in 1939, and his country was conquered. Then conquered again by the Soviet Red Army in 1945. Or maybe it was because of his great culture and humanity. John Paul II was passionate about life. He loved sports and the beauty of the outdoors. Even as cardinal, he continued to ski and kayak. He loved poetry and was an actor, dreaming of life in theater. Under the Nazi regime, he worked hard in a quarry and came to know the life of a laborer. He was also exceptionally bright and thrived as both an academic and charismatic teacher whose classrooms overflowed with young students. Or maybe because he traveled so much and reached out to so many people. Pope John Paul II was extremely active. He made 250 pastoral visits throughout the world to a total of 129 countries and wrote 14 encyclicals. The Pope started the tradition of World Youth Day, participating in 9 of them himself, bringing together millions of young Catholics who were so inspired by him that they became known as the JP2 generation. Or perhaps because he was a champion of human rights. During his days in Poland, he witnessed firsthand the consequences of oppressive governments that took the lives of the weak and defenseless. These experiences inflamed in him an ardent conviction to fight against ideologies. Thanks to this, he played a key role in bringing down the Iron Curtain, and with it, the collapse of the Soviet Union. Now, certainly, all of these things are important, but aren't we forgetting the most essential element? John Paul II is being named a saint above all because he placed Christ at the center of his life and accepted the great mission that Christ offered him every day with love and hope. JP2 certainly underwent a lot of suffering. it was his father's faith and life of prayer that were like a first seminary for him. Witnessing the sacrifices made by his friends and countrymen in the face of great persecution, even to the point of giving their lives, he learned to trust that hope was stronger than fear and love stronger than death. He lived this lesson when an attempt was made on his life. With hope, he overcame the fear and agony of those days, and with love, he sought out the man who had shot him to personally forgive him. JP2 wasn't just active, he was deeply apostolic in everything he did. He knew that the crowds that came weren't there just because of him, but rather because people really hungered for God. As a champion of human rights, JP2 fought for the unborn, the sick, the elderly, the poor, and the oppressed. Above all, though, he fought for the right to believe. He knew that a world without God is a world without joy, without beauty, without true humanity. John Paul II invited us to open wide the doors to Christ. He told us not to be afraid, to welcome him into our lives, our families, and our societies. Because Christ knows us better than any other. He knows the desires of our hearts, and only he is able to fulfill those desires. John Paul II knew that Christ called him to serve, and so he poured out all of his gifts and talents, his strength and his health to the very end to show us Christ. And that is why we celebrate him now as Saint John Paul II. Christ was the center of his life. He was his joy, his strength, and his greatest love.
I now invite Father John to come forward to address all our recipients before our presentation of medals begins.
Thanks, Gary. Good evening, everyone. I suppose one of my highlights of my life was actually meeting John Paul II. Mentioned there about the John Paul II generation. Well, in 1979, when he came to Ireland, all the huge thousands of young people who went to Galway to celebrate with Pope John Paul II at the Mass in Galway Racecourse. Then 2 years later, in 81, we had a youth pilgrimage to Rome. And there I got the honour of serving him. That's me there in the front when I had hair, black hair, when I had to beat the women away from me. But anyway, I survived it, and it was really, really a very, very special privilege to serve his Mass. And he did speak to me as well. So a huge, important memory for me. But I suppose the John Paul II Award, and we had a great experience of going to one of the World Youth Days in Krakow, which was Pope John Paul II's hometown, and again to see the huge gathering of young people. And I know that the John Paul II Award rewards young people for their involvement in the parish and in the community. But I do know that many of our young people would still be involved even if this award wasn't available to them, because they are involved right from the very beginning. I know many of the awardees tonight started off doing Sunday school when they were 3 or 4 and back in the parish centre during the 11:30 Mass. And many of them worked up to become altar servers, members of the children's choir, youth choir, become Eucharistic ministers or readers, or all of the other different ministries that members of our youth team there spelled out to us for a few moments. And I know too that many of you will continue to be involved in your faith as you go forward and become young adults. Our parish has GK children, GK juniors, GK seniors, and then we have GK young adults. And I think one of the highlights for me for a long time was to be able to travel with a number of our young adults, 12 of them, many of them are here involved in our ceremony tonight, to Lourdes. We did a quick stop pilgrimage for a few days, and then they stayed on to volunteer in Lourdes for a week. And I think that was a huge, huge statement that these young people want to continue on with their faith. And I think we're so proud of them there. So I say to the young people, continue on with your faith. our young ministry team here, led by Katrina, and then there's Sarah, and then there's Hannah, Ruth, and Gary, and Granya's not with us as well, and helped there very much by Isabel, but all of those young people came up through the system, and if you like, to the parish, by being involved in the parish, and now they have become young adult leaders in the youth ministries in our parish. So that's a way that they have continued to stay involved. I just want to quote one person, or just tell you about one person, because she's has been very much part of our ministry here in the parish for many, many years. When I came to the parish in 2005, Nicola was in confirmation class, and she got totally involved then in every possible ministry in the parish. And then she became part of our parish team here in the parish. And then she got married last year, and she met a lovely man, and she has moved to Thurles in Tipperary. And there she has now started Sunday school in that parish. She's joined choirs, she's a reader, so she has continued on her faith journey. It doesn't stop. So I'm saying to the young people, please stay involved. I'll say to you as well, wherever you find yourself, because you do go to college, life becomes busy, I keep encouraging you, just find a little place for God and Jesus in your life. I will say as well that all our, and you'll see more from slides later, any of our young people who are involved in our parish always seem happy and joyful. They smile, they enjoy life, but they have found a little place for God. And we continue our parish mission statement by focusing on that relationship with Jesus that brings us all life and hope. And then celebrating Eucharist. That's what Jesus asked his followers to do. And we put so much emphasis in the Eucharist, and so many of those ministries are very much involved in the Mass to make it as life-giving as possible. And then thirdly, Christian communities, as the early Christians, always looked out and cared for one another. And we say it's all three. Not just one, not just two, but all three, where we find time for God through our faith, where we celebrate Eucharist, and thirdly, where we look out and care for one another. And I know many of the young people are being actively involved in helping in the different outreaches that we do have in the area and in the community and in the parish. So to encourage you, to congratulate you again, and I want to thank you for your service to our parish. But I do know that it's not the end for you. This is a recognition of your involvement, but I know even if this award wasn't there, you would still be involved in your parish and community. So we look forward to meeting you all later, and again to encourage you to stay involved. Again, thank you.
Well done to all 30 of the JP2 award recipients. All your hard work has paid off, and I wish you the best of luck in your future work in the parish.
Hi guys, firstly I just want to say a big massive congrats to you all on receiving your award this evening, and you should all be so proud of yourselves. Getting your award means you've given so much of your time and energy to the parish, but I'm sure like me it means you've received so much back too, and your involvement shouldn't end here. Being a young active member of Great Cullen Collection Parish is not just about receiving an award, and I know you're all here this evening because you already know this. It's about the fun, the food of course, creating new friendships, building self-confidence and growing on your faith journey. So again, big massive congrats to you all. Keep it up, keep involved.
Congratulations everyone for receiving the JP2 award. Staying involved in the parish even after getting the JP2 award is a wonderful experience as you build a deeper connection with everyone and make new friends. Keep up the hard work.
A huge well done to all the JP2 recipients tonight. This is a huge achievement for you all, and these skills will stick with you for the rest of your lives, no matter what path you go down. I know that the parish is very proud of you, and that you yourselves should be very proud too. I'd recommend all of you to stay involved in the parish. Whether you go away or not, you get a sense of home and family in the parish. I know whenever I come home on the very few weekends, I really get a sense of belonging coming back to Mass. It's also a great way to stay in touch with friends who go to college, who travel away. You get to stay in contact. Again, one final huge congratulations to you all. Well done.
I would like to encourage all of you to remain involved in the parish community. The real sense of fulfillment and belonging I receive is unlike the feeling of fulfillment or belonging I receive from any community I have ever been involved with. I would say the main highlight of my time in the parish has to be my week spent in Lourdes. I spent a week in Lourdes volunteering, and what I've gained from my time in Lourdes and what I've gained from my time in the parish community is invaluable. So that's why I encourage you to stay involved in the parish, because the parish community is unlike any other community.
So I'd like to say well done everyone. Getting these awards is a massive achievement that will stand to you in the years to come. Volunteering is a great practice to get into. Through volunteering at the parish, I ended up going to the World Meeting of Families in Rome and helping the sick in Lourdes as well. The parish is also the reason that I've been able to stay in touch with my Carlow friends every weekend after moving to college. So I'd encourage you to continue the work because it gives you a safety net that you can rely on every time you come home.
So I think it's time that for the main event, it's time to receive your JP2 Award certificate. If you have yet to receive your medal also, please let us know, Sarah or Father John, as they present your certificate to you, which you haven't gotten before tonight. But those of you who were at your diocesan ceremony, of course, you have your medal, but some of you weren't, and we have it here for you. So please don't leave tonight without that, okay? On your way back, I'll explain how it's going to work. You're going to use the centre aisle only, if that's all right. And when you reach the steps of the sanctuary here, John, our trusty photographer, will take a photo of you and Father John or Father Tommy, depending on your parish. And then to save some time and a lot of rearranging later on when we want to have the tea, after your individual photo, please just gather over here to my left and we'll arrange your school photo. So at that point, any representatives from your school can come forward. And so we'll have our group photo after the individual photos. And on your way back down, and this is very important, you might have noticed our lovely white bags. They were made especially by Isabel. So Isabel went all out this year and has a gift bag for each of you. I don't even know what's in them. I've seen some things, and it's really, really personally thought, really handmade, by my hands as well, in fairness. I did a lot of laminating yesterday, but very much her special idea for each of you. There's boys, girls, there's boys and girls bags. Take whichever one you want. They're all brilliant. And it's fabulous little lucky bags and just little prayers and things to hope you feel really good about yourself when you leave here today. It's a really special night, so we wanted to really highlight that. And your certificate, because of Sarah's idea, is now in a frame. So our Youth Ministry Fund was able to stretch to a €2 frame and now you can put it up on your wall or on your cabinet proudly at home. Okay, so our group photos will very much, take place after the ceremony, like it did at your diocesan ceremony. And families are so welcome then also. John has nowhere to be, so it's no problem. It's totally fine. He said he's here all night, but there is a cup of tea obviously afterwards. So at the end of the ceremony, we'll do the big parish photo. Is that okay? And we'll make sure there's a moment for the Ask Benacary Tinryland group photo as well. Okay? So, Bishop Dennis presented the medals in the cathedral a few weeks ago, but we have our very own priest here this evening. We have Father John for Greek-Hung Collection, and we have Father Tommy for Ask Benacary in Tinryland. And I'll invite Father Tommy or Father John up depending on who's receiving their medal. So you have to stay on the ball, lads, okay? All right. So can we show our appreciation to Father John, who's coming forward now to present the first batch? Okay. Sarah's showing him where to go. Yeah, stay in the centre, that's perfect. Anna Maguire, can you come forward, please, to receive your gold medal and your gold certificate? Well, she got her gold medal at the award ceremony in the cathedral. And we invite Miss Whelan to come forward, please, because Anna is in Art School na Trínoide in Athy, so she's very special. Her principal has come along So she doesn't live too far away, to be fair. She's one of our own as well. But a very special moment to have the two of you here this evening. And Father John, you might step in for a photo then as well with the two of them. Thanks so much. And Buddy, of course. Well done, Anna. Thank you. Now, I am aware that some people have come in a little late, so I will call every name and come forward if you're here. If you're not, you won't. So, I'm going to go to St. Mary's Knockbeg College now. And anyone who is here representing the school will be coming up to join us at the end of our 5 names. Cathal Ronan, please come forward. Cathal missed his diocesan ceremony, so he will be receiving his gold medal. So Cathal receives the gold award. Patrick Kelly, I feel couldn't be here this evening, was also the gold medal award. Cathal, just move over to my left for a sec if you wouldn't mind. Sean O'Sullivan, receiving the gold award. It's a proud auntie moment right now. James Hovenden, is he here? James is receiving his Papal Cross medal, and I know he has exams, so he couldn't be here, but he was at the diocesan ceremony. And Luke Heo also couldn't be here, but the two lads, would you come on forward, please? I know Miss Murphy is here at the very least anyway. Come on forward for anyone who's here from Knockbeg. Oh, Mr. Crew is here as well, great. Come on forward, and Father John, being the chaplain of Knockbeg College, will have to step right into this photo. Would you step up on the top step there, or just there, yeah, it's better. Lovely. So the 5 recipients are Cathal Ronan, Patrick Kelly, Sean O'Sullivan, James Hovenden and Luke Heo, all from Knockbeg College. Well done. And we'll go to St. Mary's Academy CBS now. Jake Murphy, will you come forward please and collect your bronze certificate? Well done. And next we'll have Killian McCutcheon coming forward for his silver medal and certificate. Alessandro Hutton is coming forward for his gold award. Brian Farrell, come forward please for your gold award certificate. Don't get too comfortable over there, lads, because you're going to be up again now in a second for your group photo. And we have Patrick Walsh, or Paddy Walsh as we know him, for his gold award. And if anyone is here from the CBS school, I didn't see them on the way in, but if I missed anyone, you're most welcome to come up. But I'll invite the lads back over now for a group photo. I told you not to get too comfortable. In with Father John here for a group photo, please. Thank you so much. Up onto the first step, yeah. So it's Jake Murphy, Killian McCutcheon, Alessandra Hutton, Brian Farrell and Patrick Walsh. And Lorcan Millward would have been here this evening, but he was at the cathedral ceremony and he also received his gold award. Well done, lads. Thank you. Now, we're going to St. Leo's College. Sarah Rogers, who I don't believe is here, but has received the silver award. Anna Crosby, who is here, come on forward, please, to receive your gold. Father Tommy, you might pop up as well for a sec if you want. Come on up and say hello to Anna on the way up. We'll be getting a group photo in a second with Askew and Carrington Island as well. So Anna received the gold medal. Caitlin O'Reilly, can you come forward please for your gold award? And Lisa McHugh for your gold award. Maura O'Driscoll, gold award. will be back up again for Ask When a Carrington relevant photo as well. We both claim her, as well as Anna and Paddy and Brian. And now, Emma Walsh, I don't think arrived in, but Lily Redmond did. I saw her coming in. Well done for coming, Lily. Make her way forward, please. Lily is receiving her Papal Cross Award. And Sally Matthews, Papal Cross Award. Please come forward as well. And I invite up any representatives from St. Leo's College, please, to come forward, and we'll have a group photo with the girls. Also in this group, but couldn't be here this evening, was Patricia Gamasoy. She received her Papal Cross Award at the Cathedral ceremony recently. So everyone join up. Up onto the top step, yeah. Just use a little block. Okay. You can open up your medal, Sally. If you have a medal in your hand, you can open it up. Do you want 2 rows, John? I'm going to move out of the way. Anna has to come back up and get her bag from Isabel. She just missed you on the side there. Great. And our final school is the Presentation College Asca. Lexi Doog is receiving her Gold Award, but I don't see her here this evening. Matthew Hosey, also receiving gold. Please come forward. Matthew's receiving his Gold Award as well because he was off sunning himself when the Cathedral ceremony was on. We won't hold it against him. Amy Keating for her Papal Cross Award. I'm not sure if Anna Miller is here, but she was also receiving her Papal Cross Award. She was at the Dawson ceremony, but Annie Sheen, I know, is here. So Annie Sheen, receive your Papal Cross. Thankfully, Father John has a visual aid to know which one is which, because Ava Sheen is coming up now to receive her Papal Cross Award. And next we have Danielle O'Driscoll, Papal Cross Award. And Rachel Hand, Papal Cross Award. Also in the presentation group, but could not be here this evening, is Maeve Dempsey, who would have received her gold, but she did receive it in the Cathedral. Father Tommy, can I ask you to please step up with Father John for a second? Please. We'll have you guys over now in a second. We have 2 very special medals and certificates to present here. So we have Marie Cranny getting her Gold Award. That was Marie you saw on the photo playing the organ. Mortified. And Sean Breen receiving his Gold Award also. And we'll have any representatives from Presentation College Asca forward now, as that's the full group, and they'll join with Father Tommy as well as the group photo up on the altar, and Father John. I'll ask if Marie and Sean could just hang back, please, because I'm also going to invite Maura O'Driscoll, Anna Crosby, and Brian Farrell and Patrick Walsh to come forward, please, for an Asca Benacarry Tinryland parish photo with Father Tommy, who's already sat down again. We're bringing him back up again, up for a parish photo here now. And any representative from Asca Benacarry or Tinryland that would like to join in this photo, you are absolutely welcome. I know Una is down there, so come on up. Don't be shy. Father Tommy's personally requested that you make your way to the altar now. That's that. The priest has spoken. Come on forward. And that's it. Congratulations to all 32 recipients of the Pope John Paul II Award for 2022-2023. Thank you all for being so patient.
Just think, you are not here by chance, but by God's choosing. His hand formed you and made you the person you are. He compared you to no one else. You are one of a kind. You lack nothing that His grace cannot give you. He has allowed you to be here at this time in history to fulfill His special purpose for this generation. I invite all JP2 recipients now to kneel while everyone else stands, and I invite you to hold your right hand over them as Father John leads us in a special blessing.
So God our Father, send your Holy Spirit upon these young people, be their helper and guide, and grant them the spirit of wisdom, generosity and courage. May they always seek to help those in need, offer assistance to the vulnerable, and see the difference they can make through their simple acts of kindness. And finally, Lord, enable them to continue in their ministry and commitment to their parishes for many years to come. We make this prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen. Just invite you to be seated, everybody, again for a moment. We're finished now, so I know you're anxious to go. But I want to congratulate again the young people. And I want on behalf of Father Tommy and all the priests of the area to thank you on behalf of the parishioners in the parish as well. And we are very, very blessed that so many young people are involved in parish ministry. So many parishes say, and bemoan the fact that there's no young people involved. So we're very blessed that so many are. I want to thank you for your commitment, your dedication, and ask God's blessing on you. In your faith journey, you're living out your baptism and confirmation. May you continue to do so in your future years. I want to acknowledge and thank your parents as well, because these young people can't get involved in parish unless they have the support of parents and families, even dropping them in to practices or the different jobs to get to do. So I want to thank the parents. I want also to acknowledge and thank the schools as well. I was talking to a priest during the week, and he said he's not allowed into the secondary schools in his parish. We always get a huge welcome when we go into any of the secondary schools. Myself or Katrina wants to go in and talk to our young people or whatever. So we really appreciate the support that our schools give us. And we couldn't do what we're doing in this parish without the support of all of the principals and the teachers in the school. So I just want to acknowledge and thank you sincerely for that. I want also then to thank our youth ministry team tonight. I want to again acknowledge the huge work that they have put into tonight. And in particular, I just want to acknowledge and thank Katrina. Katrina, when I came to the parish in 2005, Katrina was a fifth year in St. Leo's. And herself and two others became their first young Eucharistic ministers in the parish that time. I remember training, we had no parish centre. We had to do it over in my room, in my sitting room, through a television. We had to do the course. And ever since, she has worked up to the various ministries, and now she is a full-time worker in this parish. And I think that's a wonderful for us that she is. And some people say to me, is she on your own over there? And I say, absolutely not. I never feel alone because I have the huge support of not only Katrina, but also Suzanne as well. And I would say, without hesitating, since Katrina's word, about 3 or 4 priests in any parish, the huge amount of work she does. I know she was up all night getting ready for this, and for many, many days in the last few days as well. So maybe just to give Katrina and all the youth ministry team just thank you. Just thank all involved in the sermon tonight, Sharon, who did the stewarding for us there, and again to acknowledge Isabel. Isabel, part of the youth ministry team as well. She put those lovely bags together. She's inside with the team inside now and getting ready the tea, the hospitality for everyone, and please go in and enjoy it afterwards. I do want to acknowledge the huge effort and work that Isabel puts into our parish and into the young people. And she's no spring chicken herself, mind you, but she's very much young at heart, and she's very much involved with all of them inside as well. So I acknowledge and thank them. John, thank you as well for always being available to us, for taking the pictures and all your memories you sent in for us. Thank you. And the Poor Clares is lovely. We are very, very blessed in this parish that we have the presence of the Poor Clares, because their prayers and their support keeps us going and helps us in so many different ways. So thank you as well. Thanks, Father Tommy, for joining us as well tonight. So thank you all again. And I think there's a final clip, is there? And then that's it. So again, thanks. God bless you.
He nearly did choke on his words there, saying such nice things about me. Thanks, Father John, for those lovely words, and to you all for being here. I won't echo or repeat myself, but I will give one last thank you before we finish up with our final clip, which I know you're so excited about, and this is the reason you're here, obviously, because you love looking at yourself up on that screen. But thank you to Father John, because we wouldn't be here without him, would we? For his vision and for support in our parish. It simply would not be what it is without him. Simply. We are blessed to have him, and we are so grateful for all that you are and all that you do. So thank you, Father John. And so, our final clip of the night, and as always, we end our ceremonies or any of our youth masses with a clip from, and I promise you it is only photos from the last 12 months, since our last ceremony, which actually was in January. So we went to the 12-month mark instead. So we went back to September 12 months, because that's when the JP2 award year begins. It's with the school year. So the 1st of September to the following 1st of September, they have all that time to do all their activities, and that's why they're here this evening. Now, they could have received 2 and 3 medals for all the work they did, but hopefully this gives you a little bit of a flavour, if you haven't gotten it already, of all the antics that they get up to. And I hope you enjoy. And thank you so much. At the end now we'll have one big group photo, and after that, as I said, John has nowhere to be, so he is happy to take family photos all night long. And as soon as you're finished with your photos, please make your way into the parish centre for that cup of tea. Thank you all.
We are royalty. God created us fearfully and wonderfully. We are breathed from dust. His kingdom is our destiny. We are born to be more than conquerors. We're ambassadors of heaven for a broken earth. We are carrying the cure to counteract the curse. It's His love see. Jesus lives in us, got a new identity. Love is our legacy, hearts with no vacancy. Jesus, we make no apologies for dreaming wild and living free. Faith is in the air we breathe. This is who we are. No impossibilities. Miracles come naturally. Jesus is our everything. This is who we are. This is who we are. This is who we are. We make no apologies for dreaming wild and living free. Faith is in the air we breathe. This is who we are. No impossibilities. Miracles come naturally. Jesus is our everything. This is who we are. This is who we are.
Okay, we'll bring up the CBS lads first. Come on up. No particular reason to this, but come on up and maybe this is very sexist, I don't know what it is, but come on up to the top lads, and then Knockbeg lads, come on up too, please. Leos, can you all come forward, please? Anna, come forward as well from art school. Come on, Leos. Move it, please. And then we also have the Pres. Come on up forward, please. We're going to use all the steps, lads. Now, unless you're waiting for a family photo, you're most welcome to go make your way on into the parish centre.